Hello, everybody. It's Rick. Second, yeah, Rick is not ready. Stupid. All right, get here. All right. So today is August the 2nd, 2018. Again, I'm sorry. I got things going on in my life out of my control, and it's been 2 weeks since my last video. Um, and I apologize for that. If you need to contact me, my email address is rick, R-I-C-K, 0327 at me.com. Okay, I always go through this preamble about the emails, and please keep them brief. I only deal with child support. Okay, I don't speak on the phone. Okay, um, I know there are a lot of people out there that need help, and I'm just one person. The best way I can help you is my videos, the information I put out. Okay, and I'm not a savior. Okay, uh, there are many reasons why I don't speak on the phone. Okay, but I also I cannot get personally involved, guys. I cannot. All right, there are legal reasons for that. All right, um, and if you got issues going on, please don't hit me with the emails. Rick, I need you. Jesus Christ, save my life. All this stuff. I can't help you guys. I'm sorry. I can only give you the information, and you got to fight. All right. Uh, I keep telling you guys, you got to know your rights. Okay. You have the key. All right. The key is this and your eyes, and you have to study. You have to become proficient. You have to believe this stuff. All right. My friend Joe, Ethics Instead, Hawaii Cop Watch, he made a comment in my last video. I made a great point that, you know, my paperwork is only as strong as the person presenting it. So if you just take my paperwork and you don't put any work into it, it's not going to be effective. All right. It's not going to be effective. I have a lot of people out there who I could tell they don't put the work in. They don't read the instructions. They don't study. It's frustrating. But again, it's only as strong as the person wielding it. The people who have had success using my paperwork, the common denominator with all of them is that they studied, and when they went to court, they believed in it, and they had the court on the defensive. Okay, they were demanding answers. They were asking the questions. See what the court does? These judges and fake judges. Listen, these people are trained to do this stuff. They go to these conventions and stuff, and they're all up on all what we're into. Um, if you were to go into court and say a couple of words or a statement that they've studied and that it sounds like you're one of these sovereign citizens, they'll start calling you a sovereign citizen. They'll throw you out of the court, and that's because they're all communicating with each other. All right. The best way to take a truth or somebody presenting truth is to call that person crazy. Okay, that undoes everything. The information is faulty because the person is crazy. So that's what I'm not going to get into names of these groups. There are these communist groups out in the United States who are, hell bent on making sure that the average American is not able to walk into a court and legally or whatever defend themselves. And it could be easily done just because if you know how to read the English language. and they notice. Okay, you don't have to go to law school to become proficient, to become a practicing attorney. You don't have to have a law degree to be a practicing attorney. See, practicing attorney, you're practicing because it's not there's not one way of doing it. Everybody does it differently. Okay, there's a guy on the internet on YouTube. He's deceased now. His name is Eustace Mullins. He's Eustace Mullins, Mullins. And he's big in the truth movement, and he is big into suing these people. He used to do his own paperwork. This is back in the day when it was fairly cheap to do this. It wasn't expensive to file a lawsuit. All right. But he would sue these people, and it would drive them crazy. All right. And, he's the one that, I got the phrase from, practicing attorney. He's not, again, he's not licensed. There are no licenses. That's another thing. But he's a practicing attorney. That's what we could all be. Okay. By studying, learning your rights, and learning to speak, and you could become proficient when you go to court. All right. What I'm going to talk about today is a couple of things. All right? I want to make the video not too long. We got the Declaration of Independence. All right. I don't know if a lot of you guys remember. I used to have to recite this in the classroom when I was a child. All right. I'm 50 now, so we're talking 45 years ago. All right. They don't do this anymore because of a couple of words. I pledge allegiance to the flag, because the flag represents the United States, of the United States of America, and to the republic. See this? Watch the news these days, and they rarely use this word republic. They always use democracy, for which it stands, one nation under God, okay, indivisible, with liberty. Remember, we're always fighting for liberty and justice for all. All right. Our writ of habeas corpus is we're fighting because our liberty is being taken from us. All right. All right. This is the way the rank of the laws in the United States. All right. You got God's law. Right. Remember, I told you guys that your rights were given to you by God when you drew your first breath, when you came out of your mother's womb. Okay. You were born free. All right. And then we have, that's why I keep telling you guys, please study the Constitution. The United States Constitution is the supreme law of the land. That's it. When you understand that and you're able to argue this, articulate it in a court, and really all you have to say is that law is not in agreement with the supreme law of the land. How are they going to argue with that? They're going to try, but if you don't move from there, they can't beat you. So you got to, just hold your ground. All right. Federal laws and treaties must not conflict with the United States Constitution. Right. State constitutions and local ordinances must not conflict with the supreme law of the land. All right. So, these child support laws, where they say to you, oh yeah, you're not entitled to a trial by jury. That's unconstitutional. All right, that's unconstitutional, and you're allowed to say it, and hold your ground. Don't back up. Don't back away. All right. All right. Here's very important. All right, this is the point I was making before. The Constitution for the United States, for the United States, not of. Okay, I'll get a real quick history. In 1871, Congress, without the authority, they changed the Constitution. They changed the name. They made the United States the all capital name. They made it a corporation. All right. And I've touched on this in the past. You know, that's where the 14th Amendment comes in and all that other stuff. All right. The Constitution we want to stick with is the original Constitution. All right. So, but I'm just explaining this to you, that what they've done. But you don't want to get into all of these arguments. I'm just giving you a brief history. If you just stick to the basics, this shouldn't be a problem for you. Okay. So the Constitution of the United States of America lives inside you. It lives in you because you're the one that's breathing life into it by you asserting it in court. They know that you have these rights. They went to school. They learned these things. And, you know, a lot of us, and I know it happened to me as well, we were expecting to go to court and find the judge is going to say to the other people, no, he or she has rights and stop, leave him alone. That doesn't happen. The judge is on their side. It's nothing but you know, as I've said many times, a dog and pony show. All right? Excuse me. It's hot. I'm sorry, 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. I'm expecting a delivery. I thought that's what it was. All right. All right, so let's just read this real fast. The Constitution is still in effect, okay? And our rights are still guaranteed, but they're being ignored by public officials because the Constitution is just a piece of paper, okay? We, the people, give it life and make it a living principle. Without our knowing everything it says and demanding that it be upheld, it will continually be abused. Is that happening to us? 100%. Many laws were and are created in violation of the Constitution, but there are 12 people who have the power to void these illegal laws, and these 12 people are a jury of your peers. This is why I keep pushing you guys to demand a trial by jury. This has been my argument, and I maintain, and I want you guys to maintain, you have to demand the trial by jury, because you're not going to get a fair hearing, and a lot of you know because you're there, you're not going to get a fair hearing before one of these fake judges or an appointed judge or elected judge. Okay? All right, this is, I'm supposed to have deleted that. 1 second. All right. All right, the importance of a trial by jury. All right. No fact tried by a jury shall be otherwise re-examined in any court of the United States than according to the rules of common law. I've said that to you guys before. When you're given a trial by jury, a decision by the jury is unappealable. That's it. They can't take you back. It's over. All right, that's another reason why you want a trial by jury. You want to demand it because you don't want to keep going back and forth to court. Okay, this is the 7th Amendment. Only another common law jury can review a decision of a jury. All right. I ordered a book, and I was lucky that I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. All right. It's a copy of the Declaration of Independence. And, you know, it's also, you know, I don't know who the author is. So, guys, I wouldn't be able to tell you where to get it. I'm sorry. This is where I'm getting a lot of my information from. All right. And there are some great quotations in here. Some, you know, from Jefferson and Abraham Lincoln, Lysander Spooner, Lord Coke, a lot of important people. And they all recognize that a trial by jury is very important. All right, so I'm going to move on here. All right, I'm just going to read this. All right, I consider trial by jury as the only anchor ever yet imagined by man, by which a government can be held to the principles of its constitution. Okay? A trial by jury. All right? The jury has the right to determine both the law and the facts. All right? Lysander Spooner. All right? And I'm going to leave this here for you guys to read. All right? Because I'm going to move on. All right? Well, you know what? Let me wait here. We might as well look at it. I'm sorry. All right? And now this is me. A lot of this is me based upon my reading and my understanding, you know, from studying and everything. So, all right, in civil matters, which child support is. Now, some of you get caught up at, it's another trap that they do, is they'll charge you with the crime of, non-payment of child support, in which what they can do, they could pull a trick. And what the trick is, they'll assign you an attorney because you're entitled under the Sixth Amendment. In criminal matters, you're entitled to an attorney and a trial by jury in criminal matters under the Sixth Amendment. In civil matters of $20 or more, a controversy, you're entitled to a trial by jury under the Seventh Amendment. Okay, that's as simple as I can make it. Okay, so rarely are child support matters criminal, except under the circumstance I just told you. Now, you cannot be charged with a felony unless you're indicted. All right, just remember that. All right, so from the beginning of the child support proceedings, a record of you demanding your secured right to a trial by jury under the Seventh Amendment is important to prove and record you demanded and were deprived or denied of a right secured by the Bill of Rights. Okay, so it's very, very important from the beginning that you demand this right or these rights. And the best way to do it is by paper. Okay, the best way to do that is submit paperwork, have it stamped and filed. Also, send a copy, by affidavit of service. Also, that's another important thing, is that you have a person send it by regular mail. Now, affidavit of service is for when you're sending copies of filings. All right, now, if you're going to file a petition, which is you're starting a case, you're petitioning the court, that makes you a petitioner, then you have to send it, not by mail, you have to have it sent by a process server. All right, that's how it's supposed to be done. All right, so in case I haven't covered that, all right, so see, when you're using the same case number, whatever the number is for your case, for the petition, all your filings are, motions. All right, let's call it motions. All right, no, I call them notices to the court, whatever. That's why you remain the respondent. Okay, and the other party is the petitioner. Okay, in order for you to become the petitioner, you have to petition the court. All right, and usually, it's supposed to cost you money. Although I provided paperwork now that the judicial tribunals under Crandall versus Nevada or Nevada versus Crandall, look them, back and forth, that says that when you're exercising or, exercising a right in the Constitution, you're allowed free access to the courts. Okay. All right. So again, now, in order for you to have a trial by jury, right, you have to be in a court of record. Now, again, they're going to come back at you and say, well, we do not provide you with a trial we don't do trial by juries. Well, then you're going to say, okay, then you need to dismiss this matter. Okay, you need to dismiss this matter right now. Or you need to change the venue to a court of record. All right, and I can't get into court of record. Court of record is all the proceedings are recorded. And I don't mean recorded like electronically. It's recorded in history. Okay, it's recorded, publicly. That's why it's supposed to be open to the public, people, witnessing it. All right, and this is where common law is practiced. And the federal statutes, it's 28 USC 135, I believe. Okay, so this is another thing I have you guys do. So in the beginning, I have you guys demand for a trial by jury. I have you demand a change of venue. I have you file a demand for a dismissal. All right, I have you file a discovery of evidence. All right, these are the things I have you do. All right, these are some of the affidavits here. All right, isn't that nice? Now look at all these affidavits there. That's just one email. Now, lately I don't know what's going on. Maybe my paper is being passed around on the internet for free. I don't know. I haven't sent out too many of my affidavits lately. Like the money hasn't been coming in. All right, whatever. Listen, I told you guys I do these videos to give out information. Okay, and in order for you to get my paperwork, obviously you got to send a donation. All right, but I haven't been getting too many donations lately, and that could mean a couple of things. Some of you are getting paperwork somewhere else. All right, and that's okay too. But understand that there are a lot of charlatans out there. All right, I had a problem with a guy last year, a real knucklehead. All right, and he was talking shit about me, and it turns out that he still got the videos on his channel. Like me, I posted videos about him, but I was being a gentleman because it was kind of over, and I took them down. And so I had some knucklehead the other day. He's like, "Hey, this guy was calling you a federal agent, and when people contact you, that you're putting them on a watch list." This shows you the mentality of this person that I was dealing with, and you must think some of you are stupid, but some of you are stupid. And I apologize for saying that, because the one guy, and I can say that statement because I actually had somebody ask me. He goes, "Did you add my name to a list?" And I'm like, buddy, listen, if you're gonna believe this guy, first of all, the guy asked for a crazy amount of money for his paperwork, and there's no proof of him helping anybody. And if you believe that, then why are you emailing me? And then why are you dumb enough to ask me that question? I said, don't email me anymore. I don't want you to contact me. But the point I'm making is that there are a lot of people out there that will tell you anything to get your money. And let me tell you something. This guy, he'll take anything you give him. He's one of them guys, but he starts out at $2,000. All right, and he's ripped off a lot of people. I've been contacted by many, many people. This was a year ago, by the way, right around this time. But I'm just bringing this up because, maybe some of you have come across this information. All right, and maybe if you watch my videos and you cannot tell that I'm a genuine person, then, you're probably screwed, because you don't have good common sense, and you don't trust your eyes and your ears, or, you believe this other stuff. All right. All I know is that for the amount of money that I ask, you're getting a great situation, because I'm providing you with a lot of weapons to fight. All right. I've had people win. I've helped a lot of people, and it's posted on my videos. All right. I put you in a position to win. Okay. Remember, my paperwork is only as strong as the people using it. Okay. I'm sorry about that. So, it's why I keep getting on you guys to study. All right. But, just be careful. Listen, you don't have to get the paperwork from me. But just be careful, please. you shouldn't be paying over $1,000 for paperwork. All right. There's a couple of legit people out there. You guys know who they are. I'm an Osiris. Myself. Uh, I'm not sure if she's doing it, but yeah, she puts out good information. It's me. I know the Liquid Theory does stuff. These people, you could tell by watching their videos, the quality of the videos, the information they're putting out there. All right. They put out 15, 20-minute videos. They give you good information along with myself. Sometimes I got to stop myself. I talk too much. All right. I yap too much because this is a passion of mine, getting the information out to help you guys. All right. What was done to me, I don't want to be done to anybody else. All right. I had my life turned upside down by these people, and all I did was the right thing. All right. All right. So these are, and by the way, I know some of you are going to be slowing this down and going, "Hey, Rick, I don't have that one, and I don't see this one." If you got my paperwork in the last 6 months, you have this. Okay. This is just under the affidavits filed before going to court. All right. I send you guys one affidavit, one email that has all of the affidavits. And then what I do is then I break them into groups to help you. So now this doesn't mean that you're going to file all of these. You're going to pick and choose the ones that, that'll help you. Like, here we got the nature and cause, special appearance, right? You're going to object. You're going to demand a judgment by peers. I mean, right? Clerk, demand to file a writ habeas corpus if you're going to file, because these clerks, they won't accept your paperwork. All right? Notice of trespass to the adjudicator. And again, here we go. Objection, trial by jury, right? Writ of discovery, demand to vacate support order. These are instructions. Demand to dismiss, quorum non judice. All right. This is a response to what, I don't know why it's there, so don't worry about it. But it's a response to a child support agency when they usually lie to you about something. Right. You have a right to know the nature and cause. Now look at these things. You can see here. Let me just see this. Here's a change of venue. Right. That's just a change of venue. Right. This is the nature and cause. Look at that. All right. Now this is just, one affidavit. And they all came originally from me. They came from here and my fingers typing. All right. I don't plagiarize. All right. The only thing I cut and paste is the case laws. Okay. So like right here, this is one of the things that they do to us when you cite a federal rule. Or so what they'll say is that if you didn't do your homework, or you're new at this, which a lot of us start out that way. It is an adjudicated fact and a Supreme Court law that federal laws are enforced in state courts, because that's one of the things they'll do. They'll say, "Oh, federal laws don't count, are not enforceable in state courts." Bullshit. And this is how we disproved it. Okay. Here is the definition of due process. It is an adjudicated fact by the Supreme Court, Murray's lessee, Hoboken Land and Company. And by the way, this is an 1856 case. I discovered a Supreme Court decision opinion in 2015 where they cited this. So that means it's still alive and kicking because they just cited it in 2015. All right, so let's see. The words due process of law were undoubtedly intended to convey the same meaning of the words by the law of the land. Okay, that's due process. And but by a judgment of peers. So any judgment for taking your property, life or liberty, unless it's by a judgment of peers, it's void. Okay? All right, I'm going to end the video there. All right, there's a lot of information. I'm sorry. But you know, I'm gonna make another video, and I promise you, I'm gonna be back. All right, I'll probably be back tomorrow. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.